Okay, now here comes the clever bit. We need to start getting some pressure, some gases into the beer to be able to give it a bit of a head. And how are we going to do that? Well, the yeast has done its job. It's converted all the syrups and the sugars and everything else into alcohol. And what we're going to do is we're now going to trick the yeast. So what we will do is we'll transfer this into a pressure barrel, like so, or we can use bottles, and I'll run through both in a second. If we're transferring it into a pressure barrel, all we do is we take our priming sugar, which comes with the kit, we're going to cut the corner off, and we're going to add some hot water to it. 350 mils of hot water. That will give us 400 mils in total, and we're going to add that to the barrel. We're then going to transfer this into the barrel, and we're going to seal it with our top. If we're doing bottles, and the bottles that we do with the starter kit tend to be the PET ones with the screw top. What we then need to do is we need to fill each bottle. And if we fill each bottle with liquid, the beer, then we can then prime each bottle. And what we're going to do with that liquid which we've just made up, bearing in mind we've got 400 mils, that is 40 pints. It's going to take 10 mil per pint. So we've got 40 pints, we've got 400 mils in total. So each of these bottles is just under a pint. So we're going to add 10 mil of that liquid solution to each bottle. And then we're going to screw the cap on, and we've now got a situation either with the pressure barrel or with the bottle where we've got sugar waiting to ferment. And what we're going to do is we're going to leave either the bottles or the pressure barrel in a warm place for 5 days. The yeast will then convert that sugar to alcohol, and at the same time will give off CO2. And it's the CO2 which gives us the pressure in the beer to be able to use that pressure to our advantage. So when we switch the tap on, we've got a nice head. Now what I would suggest you do again is have a look at some of the videos that we've got on bottling beer and barreling beer. But on the bottles, as I said, we've got the 500 ml PET bottles. We've also got 500 ml Grosche style bottles with a flip top lid. We've also got Grosche style bottles in 500 brown, 750 clear and 750 brown. These have, as I say, the flip top lids, and these are designed to hold the pressure. So that flips down and that's your beer. Now, unfortunately, with glass, we're struggling to send that out by carrier. So that tends to be only shop type products. And the final one we've got is the 500 ml, which again takes a crown cap. So you've got the options on your bottles. When you're bottling, one of the real advantages we've got is we've got a 20 ml syringe, and you can actually suck up the liquid. So you suck up 20 ml, put 10 ml in that bottle, 10 ml in that bottle. I have to say, when I'm doing it, it takes me no more than 2 or 3 minutes to do a 40 bottle batch. It really speeds up the process. So think about getting yourself a little syringe. It's really important, this part, because that 5 days of secondary fermentation gives us the pressure. If you put too much sugar in each bottle, then they're going to start looking a bit funny. With the pressure barrel, not so bad, because every one we sell has a safety valve, and the safety valve is designed to blow off at about 10 to 12 psi's. So if you've added too much sugar, you're not going to get an exploding barrel. So again, really quite important on that. As I say, worth looking at the guides about it. Now with the starter kits, the beer starter kits, you're also going to get an option with the bucket of having a little bottler tap fitted. Now the little bottler is great for using bottles because it has a single tap and it makes it a lot easier. With the barrel, it doesn't matter, you can siphon it directly into the barrel. But the little bottler gives you that option of being able to put them into the bottles without a load of froth. But again, have a look at the video on the little bottler because we've got one of those on it. Okay, this really now tells you where we are with your beer. You've looked at the gravity on the beer. We've done a hydrometer reading at the end of the fermentation. We've made a note of that, and we can then work out our alcohol content. So start hydrometer reading, it's going to be around the 1040 with this particular kit. Finish, it's going to be around 1008, something like that. You're looking at roughly 32 points drop. Divide it by 7, you've got around 4% alcohol. So that's the sort of figure that you're looking for on these particular beers. Okay, that's great.